Bitcoin, from Satoshi to today. In 2008, banks were collapsing around the world. 1 year later, someone using a fake name quietly released a 9-page document that would change money forever. This is the story of Bitcoin. In October 2008, a person, or possibly a group, using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, published the Bitcoin whitepaper. It described a way for people to send money directly to each other online without needing a bank in the middle. To this day, nobody knows who Satoshi really is. No confirmed photo, no verified identity, just messages, code, and a huge mystery. Then, in January 2009, the first Bitcoin block was created. You can think of it like the first page in a giant public record book. Hidden inside that first block was a newspaper headline about bank bailouts during the financial crisis. It was a message about why Bitcoin was created in the first place. So what made Bitcoin different? Bitcoin combined older ideas into something new, digital money with no single company, government, or person controlling it. Instead of one central database, Bitcoin uses something called a blockchain. The simplest way to think about it is as a shared public notebook. New entries are added over time, and anyone can check the records for themselves. Bitcoin also introduced something unusual, a fixed supply. Only 21 million Bitcoins can ever exist. That number is not a suggestion. It is built directly into the system itself. No government can decide to print more Bitcoin later. No company can suddenly increase the supply. And that brings us to one of the most important ideas behind Bitcoin: scarcity. Here's a simple example. If something useful becomes unlimited, its value usually falls because there is always more available. But if something is limited and people want it, scarcity can make it valuable. That is why some people compare Bitcoin to digital gold. Gold has value partly because it is difficult to find and difficult to produce. Bitcoin works differently, but the idea of scarcity is similar. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins forever. Quick question. How much was one Bitcoin worth when it first started trading? Think about it for a second. The answer is coming up. The answer is basically nothing. In 2010, a programmer famously spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas. At the time, it sounded ordinary. Today, that story is part of internet history. Since then, Bitcoin has gone through dramatic rises and brutal crashes. More than once, its price has fallen by over 80%. But despite those crashes, Bitcoin kept growing. What started as a small internet experiment slowly became something owned by regular people, investment firms, public companies, and even some governments. The journey was never smooth. Prices moved up fast, then down hard, again and again. And it's important to remember that past performance never guarantees future results. Today, Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency in the world. It's also the reason thousands of other cryptocurrencies now exist. Even if you never buy any Bitcoin yourself, understanding Bitcoin helps you understand where the entire crypto industry began. So, here's the recap. Bitcoin was created by the anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009, shortly after the global financial crisis. Its supply is permanently capped at 21 million coins, making it scarce by design. And its history has been filled with both huge growth and deep crashes. Follow us for weekly crypto education made simple. This content is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial or investment advice.